You're not the only employer paying people for hours that might not have been worked. We call these unverified hours, and across UK frontline sectors, industry estimates put them as high as 6% of total hours paid, which might not sound like much, maybe a couple of hours a week per person when it's averaged out, but for a 250-person team, that represents around £500,000 in annual payroll. Now, many of these hours will, in fact, have been worked and should still be paid for. In fact, if you boil the numbers down, probably only around 2% of the hours you pay for actually translate to payroll waste. But for every hour you can't verify, there's a great big question mark that needs answering, and that causes problems. So it's worth noting here that most unverified hours are not deliberate, fraudulent, or dishonest. In most cases, it's down to gaps in your processes. So that's missed clock-ins, paper timesheets, disconnected systems. These small things all quietly add up. It might be that a cleaner forgets to clock out when they leave a client's premises, or perhaps a retail worker clocks in for a friend who's running late. Or maybe your HR and operations tool simply don't talk to each other, meaning actual hours worked are not being used as the source of truth for payroll. But whatever the reason for these unverified hours, they quietly eat away at two things. First, your budget, and second, your culture. Now, the budget part is obvious. If you're spending money on hours that aren't being worked, you could be putting that to better use, increasing the headcount on your busiest shifts. But actually, in most cases, your staff would be happier too if you were verifying your hours more effectively. And that's because nobody likes defending where they were at 9:04 a.m. 2 weeks ago on Friday. But when managers are constantly having to question and chase entries in timesheets, staff get frustrated, and it quickly breeds mistrust and resentment. Okay, enough doom and gloom. The good news is that this problem is massively fixable, and it doesn't require any heavy-handed surveillance or micromanagement. In fact, at Sense Workplace, we've designed 3 simple automations that you can use to reduce unverified hours by around 30% in less than 6 weeks. You don't have to be a Sense Workplace customer to use these automations, although it certainly helps, as all the right technology will be in place for you if you are. But whichever systems you decide to use, we've written a playbook that you can follow to put these 3 automations to work. And you can get it for free right now, complete with a downloadable checklist to remind you what to do along the way. The first automation deals with late or missed checkouts and has helped our clients reduce the time their managers spend chasing entries by around 50%. The second automation gives you a much better way to handle no-shows at the start of each shift. And the final automation helps you quickly investigate signs of potential buddy punching, and that's where a worker is clocking in for a friend. Now, in organizations where we've helped clients put these 3 automations in place, we've seen a reduction of unverified hours of between 15 and 30%, with results tending to show between 4 and 6 weeks, which we think is a massive win, especially for something that takes only a couple of hours to set up. So if you'd like to see how to do this for yourself, then head over to our Unverified Hours playbook. It's free. There's a link in the description of this video, and you can start working through the steps straight away. Or if you'd prefer to talk to one of our experts who can help talk you through these automations in a bit more detail, you can book a free 15-minute demo, and we'll be happy to show you how to stop chasing timesheets and start paying your staff more accurately with less manual effort. Thanks for watching.